Hey YouTube, welcome back to a new video. If this is your first time here on the channel, thanks for stopping by. Definitely check out some of my other videos, and if you like what you see, go ahead and subscribe. Greatly appreciate it. All right, so as you can see, I do have a little product here. It's a little review for a product I recently received. NYXI was kind enough to send over another set of their joy pads for me to take a look at. Now, a couple of months ago, I did review their milk white joy pad controllers, which I absolutely love. This time around, though, we have one of their newer styles that they have in stock. It's the NYXI Blitz Ice Crackling Style Wireless Joypad with, of course, the 8 LED colors. Let's chat a little bit about this. So inside of the box, you do get a cable, a charging cable. It's USB-C, and you also get the rail for the joypads. I do want to point out there's a lot of similarities between this controller and the milk white controller, but of course you do have your two charging ports on each joypad there. So the Blitz Ice Cracking Wireless Joypad, as I said, has a lot of similarities to the Milk White. There is a slight difference in the dimensions, as you guys can see here, in the shape of the joypads. I actually prefer this joypad to this one. I'm not the biggest fan of the ice cracking. I will say it does look stylish, but it's a little too much for me. I enjoy the simplicity of just, the white. But yeah, if this is your vibe, definitely, it's there for you. Another difference that I did notice, some of the buttons are just a little different here. As you can see, we have the home button, looks like a little house. And here on this controller or joypad, it's just a circle button. I do want to point out a little difference with the R and L button. As you can see, the R button on the Milk White controller and then on the Blitz Ice Cracking controller, it's a little different. There is a slant there, which I actually prefer. I like that little slant there. It feels like there's a lot more room. But yeah, just a little difference that actually does tend to make a difference. And then I also do want to show you, can you tell that I love the color purple? I also do want to show you a regular Joy-Con and the Joypad just for comparison, just so you guys can see. Again, they're beefy Joypads, right? They're big boys, but if you play in handheld, honestly, it is super comfortable to have a pair of these. I just finished playing through the DLC for Cuphead, Delicious Last Course. Wow, try saying Delicious Last Course 3 times fast. That's a tough one. But yeah, I just finished playing through that DLC, and I primarily used these joypads, and it was awesome. Honestly, it really was. One thing that I really love about these joypads is definitely the texture of the joypads. I don't even know how to explain it to you guys. It's soft, and it almost kind of feels like a snake, I want to say. I mean, it's not super soft, but it's just such a different texture. And I don't know, it just makes it way easier to grip. It feels really good. Again, I do want to mention that the NYXI Blitz Ice Cracking Style Wireless Joypads pretty much features everything that the Milk White joypads feature. Please check out that review if you haven't already. But some of the highlights, definitely you can use the home button to wake up your system, to wake up the Nintendo Switch, which a lot of the third-party controllers don't do that, but this one does. Of course, you have your lights. You can change your lights. Let's look on the back here. You have your turbo buttons, and your basically like your function buttons. So you can change the color of your lights, you can change the intensity of the lights, you can change the intensity of the vibration. You can also use gyroscope on these controllers, which I think is pretty cool. But yeah, again, pretty much this works the same as the other controller that I reviewed for you guys a couple of months ago. So honestly, I don't have anything negative to say about these joypads. I prefer simplicity over the extraness, but that's just me. I don't take these out of the house. I play with these joypad at home just because they're beefy boys, right? They're big joypads, and I don't have a case for these joypads that fits these joypads. While we are talking about the size of the joypad, I will say you can't dock your Nintendo Switch with these joypads on, just because it's pretty obvious these things are huge. Again, I love the texture, and I think it looks pretty cool, when the lights are out and I'm playing in bed. It looks good. It really does. And it feels good too. That's the thing that matters the most. So if you primarily play in handheld mode and you are in the market for some comfortable joypads, definitely head on over to NYXI's website and check these bad boys out. You can use my code STEPHS2DEF to get 10% off of your purchase, which is pretty awesome. I want to thank all of you for watching this video, and I'll check you next time. Peace.